Alright. We're live. Waiting for it to catch up with itself. There we go. Alright. We're live. There that is. Alright. Put this away. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. I'm Broford, and I will be continuing the story. I unfortunately was very busy, so I was not able to work on my Red Mage, but it's fine. I still haven't found the edge everyone keeps saying is in this expansion. So I will continue to be a White Mage as I help my friends in this trying times. I've had thoughts about the story a tiny bit, and I still think that the idea that we can leave it freely is still stupid. I understand, like, because of the nature of the game, of it being, like, massive multiplayer and such, that's sort of something that you need to do, but it ruins the story, in my opinion, at least. Until proven wrong. Other than that, let us continue. Tesleen has the air of a woman being pulled in 10 directions at once. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties that I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things I need to do. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alisaie? What, twaddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? I'm sure there's something we can help you with. I could do with a hand, it's true, thank you. Try by helping me sort out the larder, Alisaie. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Anil, Toden, and Halric. They may not give much in the way of response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Are you going to remember that I'm a healer game? Can I heal people? Can I heal people? Thank you. I'm going to heal you. Heal. No, it healed me. I want to heal them. Where are they all at? Oh, there's one. Toden. Alan glanced up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face slightly eases. And now they're over here, right? This way. Oh, they're all in the same location. What am I doing? And then Halric, which is a kid, from the looks of it. Halric remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. His skin has hardened into something akin to plaster. This boy is going to kill us. I can just tell. You've seen to the patients. How were they? Good, that's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Halric, though. I have to speak with the other couriers, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you to have that decision then. I was going to take Broford to the Mortso. If you have any errands there need to going. Well, I suppose there is one thing. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Cassard's caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruits. Come then, Broford. There's something I want you to see right after we stop at Ron's stall, of course. Is it depression? Are you going to show me depression? Yeah. What the? Oh, the eject's up there. I just teleported to the exact same location. Good to know my teleport is working. Alright, let's go find Alisaie. Anything cool? No. Oh, back again, are you? Need another taste of Ron's wares? Actually, we're looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food here. Here, take this one. It's free charge. Gods, I've never seen a Mord merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please. One of the best regulars for you. Come again, my friends. Alright, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head past the Aetheryte to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from the very top. Maybe precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, right? Does it? Delays, regulars, you actually bought him? I really shouldn't let you, but just this once, alright? Just once. Never fails, shall we?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond?
Looks like nothingness.
That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty, white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was still the same. The monstrous corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed?
Yep, same as you left me.
Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is worth more than an hour of Yurianji's lecturing. And I need you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice. The nectarine will be kindness. If it isn't such, the threat posed to others, when a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carriers are truly fond of their wards and would spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against the fate worse than death. This isn't edgy. This is depressing. You're back. I hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Thank you. Alisaie explained why I wanted this. Has she? I can see it in your eyes. You can't see my eyes. I wear a mask. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others, and we decided to keep an eye on Halleck for now. Thanks to you, though, his time just does come suddenly. Bill will be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. Makes an effort to smile brightly. Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. You don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat, and I'll make you some stew.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
I'll have another bowl then.
That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
No, he's just currently haunting me.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
Hey, Richard. What be happening? What's going on? Why are we looking up?
They're coming.
Oh no.
Tesleen!
Tesleen. Nice.
Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Oh. Broford, Alisaie, we have to go look for Halric. No, I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone, we'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before. But it can't be a coincidence. The other patients are suddenly so agitated, they can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Halric, please be alright. I'll cover the north and west then. You take everything from here to the south. Okay, I will go south. Dragon! Everything here will be pissed off by my presence, so I have to be careful. Damn it. Survey. He knows how to talk. Maybe he went further west. Gain strength since you're childlike and suddenly find yourself under attack. Alright. That's right, run back to your place.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Oh no.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
There it is!
Is that... Oh no!
Ulrich! We have to run! Tesseline! No!
Finding the edginess.
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Why did they make that look so... Why is this looking so bad?
Oh, no, 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 no!
Forgive me, Alisaie.
Why leave the boy? What? I'm sorry, Broford. I tried to tell the carriers what happens, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. I guess I have to tell someone. It's just so unfair. Kathleen was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain of all people in the world to suffer such a fate. And where is... I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing there. Me, I can barely. I don't have the words. Without the body, can't even give her a proper burial. She cared about that sort of thing. About giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Hallmark is unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up at the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Alisaie is lost in grief. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them, to me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thank you for rescuing Harlech. Or you weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt. It wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow. I thought I could protect you. Can't blame yourself for being beyond your control. For things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to the decision. I won't be continuing in my role here. Hope you forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Harlech's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, we should have done the same. Farewell, Harlech. Keep Thistleing's words close to your hearts. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but sure, this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. This damn light. building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrected by the Eaters. What if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We should return to the Castellarium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I've gained here to hurt them. Alright. I'm going to... where's this? All the way up here? Alright. Let's get out of here. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Pressing triangle pushes it out. Okay. Dope. Oh, they have different things. That's how you change in between them. Fascinating. Anyway. You learn something new every time you play this game. Once I run out of speed, I'll just switch to my mouse. One day I'll fly. Okay, Broford. I couldn't stay here a moment later. I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against the blight with kindness, I must fight in my own way, with steel. From Eorzea's sword in the darkness to Norvin's sword in the light. Odds above, it feels like an age ago now. Miss Alisaie, is there anything I can get you? Your swiftest tomorrow. I need to return to the Crystera immediately. As you wish. I haven't learned anything new in a while. Other repeated lessons on crafting being hard. That's not true. I'm sure you'll learn something each time. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Aragon again. I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe those seniors out, shall we? I don't have this one. Crystalline mean. Where are you? You're supposedly in this direction. Sorry, I'm going on a quest to get crystals. That's important. Over here. That's it. Yep, last one. And the crystals, access to the crystalline mean. You have attuned yourself to all the Aetherite shards. Crystarium Lake land is now accessible as the Aetherite location. Lakeland. Where is this? Is this like outside the gate? This might be the... Okay. I need to go... the Dossel Gate. You have business with the Crystal Exarch, just say the word and I would have you escort you to the ocular. Thank you for seeking me out, Broford. I mean, it meant a lot to have you here at my side. I was tempted to set off again the moment we decided upon the direction, but you still have to visit Alpha now, haven't you? If you know my brother, I'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital to her success, if he hasn't already. I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being, but you don't keep me waiting too long, eh? Alright. I guess I'm just gonna go see Alpha now. I might retitle this one to Helping the Twins instead of Helping Alisaie. Oh, you'll visit Alpha and Closa then. Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need to mount a capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction presented to Sazem. Goddamn names. Shem Dejime, the master of beasts at Timonis Rockery, and we will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Alright. Present the letter to Timonis Rockery. Is the thing. That's why your name is so fucked up. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you to my rookery? Didn't I talk to you earlier? Or did I just only see you in cutscene? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I provide you with the Emerald for passage to Closa. I'll pick you out a friendly whelp. And are you off to for travel? That's right, mounts like my grey friend over here are a common sight to these parts. I gather you'll hail from further afield, more accustomed to chocobos perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride little ease. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding a marrow, I think it's best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it. Of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Emerald launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. Okay. There. Alisaie is a fun location. We shall see about that. Let's fly to Kalusia. Well, I suppose the Master Joan is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mouse shortly. We now travel to Kalusia. Speak with the Firing Amara Tamer. Fly to the islands. Okay. Or I just get a teleport point, probably. Alright.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
You're right. This is Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Kalusia. We should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy you that city citizens? That is, Umor, the island's main settlements. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. That does not look anything like the size of the Crystarium, but okay. For years, the Umoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken worlds. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of the other settlements their protection if we bend the knee. Which to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Yomor is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Ixarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Well, we understand each other now. The Ixarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that would make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Look for the tall one. You see, they're all short people here. No, I'm not joking. No. Let's tell you, he plainly deems it worthy of your uninvited attention. If you head south along the coast, you'll eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name Ibor. Fun fact, when you make a game that has a bunch of like weird-ass names, if you add voice acting to scenes like this, we can hear them being said, and we will not butcher your names. Ibor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Kalusia, and we'll be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a spring of time. That will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here, Gamera, until you're ready to go. Still banger music. I don't know how I feel that it doesn't change. I'll probably end up going back up there in a second. What you after? Fish, crab? I think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere if you taste for them. Oh, I don't. I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan, and it's a bloody festival flavor. Now, what is it that I can do for you? Can't say there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alhado. I know this, the one, our young champion of the downtrodden. Illimore is rich than all Norats put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from the prying eyes. Make for a still tide. That's the fishing village just up the path here. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there, and I'll see the Alphina joins you. Just gonna grab this thing real quick. Hey, like I said, one of those. Let's go inside. Yep. If it's your first time in the tavern, it's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What do you be having? Water. By choice, and what do you be paying with? Oh no, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? Sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not down about to go begging for one from the neighbors. So we'll have to come to some other arrangement. Here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What say you be a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful for me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like it's nuts. Do that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. At least that wasn't a one-for-one trade for a singular drink. That would be depressing. It's like, water, that's expensive. You know, I never really use this, yeah. No, maybe you need to knock louder. He's probably dead. You hear a faint squeaking from the room behind. Trying to burst in and save the day. Brave adventurer. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The non-scraped vegetables on the floor suggest rats have been taking residence in their absence. Here I thought we were going to find a dead body. Suna will never save my life. It is the most useless spell. Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? You know what, Richard? I will use Asuna the day that they improve it. Asuna should be a cast all to all allies and should remove, or at the very least, remove all stacks of anything bad wrong with you in one go. That's what I want. If Asuna can do one of those two things, then Asuna will be more useful. That's what I want from the next thing, is that they buff Asuna. Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Galetown outside Elamar. You won't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Never mind all that. Just take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I throw another drink on the house. What the blue bottle do?
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Frenetic.
'Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alfino, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well. Huh. Alisaie said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alisaie told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Asians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
Right, but it's just a poison.
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means.
What does that have to do with the source, though?
And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure? And so we take to the road once more.
Oh no, I'm getting even stronger. Hold on, wait, what did I just get? Oh shit, I got fucking my blood lilies. Oh no. I'm way more powerful now. Only be executed when the bully is within full bloom. What activates the blood lily? Adds blood lily to the healing gauge that blooms after 3 uses of Afflatus Solus or Afflatus Rapture. So if I were to... and then I have a blood lily now. Oh, that is so cool. How long do they last? Where are those? You can choose this job. I think it lasts a bit. Everyone is ready to take to the roads once more. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best effort to do so. Come, from here we must head west and then cross a small bridge. So he's been here for like 2+ years and still hasn't even entered the city. Hey, big thing, I'm gonna kill you. this? Rapture. Don't HP knowledge, PF no nearby enemy members. Uses 1 Lily. Everyone sees 300. So it's a weaker heal when I get that later at 76. Okay. Oh, they still haven't said this name. Calusia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a familiar impression of the Crystarium, even in the distant world, people are much the same. I think that whenever Calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, the old culture and history, was being erased from existence. No, get away from me! Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. Yeah, fight. I'm actually excited for a fight now that I have this. What fun. Blow everything up with these two spells. Flare and Politis Rapture. Yeah. Oh shit, that's a senior. Oh shit, what's this? Forgiven cowardice. Okay. No, it's an old lady. Our heart. Thank you, young sir. Oh, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation in hand. Fine work. Are you alright, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell, nothing compared to what was in store for me before the brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet were not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear my scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. How those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even the stack near the gates has to be safer than anything here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eaters take task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. I'm sure a strapping lad like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's not to be had but cobwebs, and memories. Web cobs. That's what they are now. No longer cobwebs. Web cobs. 'Tis the lady says, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. So the Seniors descend upon this region. There are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Now, yes, Alisaie would be well qualified to speak on the subject. Compared with the Amarang, Cluja is almost a haven, but as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few moments later, the Sin Eater would have claimed another victim. So, we have won a small victory this time, at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Where are we going? You were quick, Jesus.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond.
That is hilariously ironic.
This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
Huh?
He's not here to compete. Leave him be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please! Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu! Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
Fish, is it?
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the City of Splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of Mio to celebrate our newest resident! For you.
Ah, at last!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Given that we can be any class, I wonder what role they think I could fill. Now I understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Gilmore's current ruler came into power, and from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I have tried to propose ways they could improve their lots, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around and judge the situation for yourself. I can't understand actually how you would not be able to get into the city by now. The ever-changing rules, but at a certain point, you, a talented fuck who studied many, many things, surely could have found a way to get in. At some point, they would have like mentioned a role that you could have hit the jackpot for. Okay. Seriously, I talked to this dude. Okay. So here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting to slice of Yulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch the sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. A-Town's not much to look at, but at least it's safe, and the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Oh god. Large pot, pale meal, you realize float in the otherwise plain broth. I appreciate they made this place pretty big. It actually feels like a bunch of people live here. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Oh yeah, I haven't been, northeast. Nope. I'm in a maze! I'm in a maze! Seeing what Gatetown has to offer, these people no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on the handouts of Null and believe Yulmore is the answer to all their woes. And no matter how I frame my encouragements, They seem unwilling, they unable to conceive any other way of life. I have no wares to look at profound disapproval. It's difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertain which always makes me feel so at ill ease here. Nothing matters, however. Unjust the system seems to be, if the people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. I take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who would have chosen to forgo Eulmore's lives are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gatetown, and so hamlets and the fields across the island are left empty and untended, hasting the region's descent into ruin. Yeah, I am not convinced that Eulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Clusia's people. I'm not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I'll not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Eulmore's gates. It's fortunate that you arrived when you did, Broford. I have been working on the scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes planned, I should soon come to fruition. Honestly, I am surprised you're not in it already. There's a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the islands, the Undu, they are called, though you and I know them as Sagain. For the most part, they keep themselves to their oceans grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tartar took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kagune, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered the produce such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Eulmoran lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first, then, we must pay a visit to Moshomo, my supplier in the right. Come, it is just northwest of here. But the ley line is northeast. Oh, we're being watched. Someone's going to either fuck us over, or I'm going to fuck them up. Hold on. I'll come back for another day. Jesus, that's big. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Mushobo. This is my associate Broford. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. Oh, I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know no such person. Mr. Lad, short blue hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Found it. Someone must have been eavesdropping our conversation. If this charlatan was here not long ago, he cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of the town, and I shall take the west. Alright, let's go fuck up some people. Oh god, they're tall tree people here. Wood eyes! There we are. That you? Be a person. Got him. Any sign of him? A keen eye. Let us move in before he makes a good escape.
There you are. The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry.
Why does it feel like... Why is this... I might just be missing something here. It feels like there's a difference in how they're treating the selection process and how it actually works, because the way I saw it and how it was introduced is if you have a skill, then you have a way in. They don't call out a person's name, you tell them you can do your shit. And if you can, you have a fucking sweet life.
I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
I should just hop on board with that.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear. Must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
I don't get it.
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Xie, it was the difference between life and death.
Not really.
I do not regret my decision. Yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world. That countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
But
Indeed. We will find another way. I promise you. Shall we return to right then? Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
is the tragedy that we're all a bunch of goody two-shoes? Are we gonna get our teeth kicked in? At some points? How could he see him from here? Holy shit. I really wish they discovered new music for mounts. Oh, nice. Thanks, devs, for making this easy. Don't mind me. I can heal him. Take care of the worst of injuries. Mercy. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. Poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. Thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? What is with the sitting position for me? I should be in a different position than that. We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Crystal. I was invited into Yulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their tastes, they just as quickly turfed me out into the streets. I was left penniless and patronless. I gave a grave sin in the Lord of their city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself. He asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant my wish. He flung me over the balustrade into the God's damn ocean. From up there, how were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me any luck, I suppose. Though, if you haven't found me when you did, I wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric treatment? Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Authority passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulmore, his word is law. Can I nuke the city? I'll do it. The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, we shall convey Crystal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. Away into the city. Oh, yeah, he knows how. Wonderful. Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. If you'll permit me, I would assist you in attempts to enter Yulmore, insofar as I'm able to at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to my stomach, but since it's a plane you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yulmore elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I do instead, I honestly haven't decided, but I shan't stay long in this place, not with the city brooding over me. Yeah, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession. And I'll keep you in my prayers for how, from now until my dying day. Go message. And often awaits the brush you received from Tristal deep in his thought. They say kindness is its own reward, but Tristal has repaid us with the gift as timely as it was unexpected. You will, however, need to act upon this advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with the brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but nothing to play the role. But enough to play the role, I would hope. After you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant. Then it's settled. We shall need to know. All we need to know now is to return to Gaytown and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Northeast. Even further up. Jesus. Oh, I have to like travel all the way back there. No teleport points for Gate Town, I see. Well, this is not, it's like pretty easy to spot. Gotta look for the gate. Here to come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plume, and now we've placed for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. I can paint. Portraits at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. A proof of your prowess. Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold, such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for, though. You will note that it has seen no small amount of service. Flecks of paints, both old and new, a tool much loved and much used. And a prop to be conjured on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. And who is this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. He whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with him or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave his fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retire to Yulmore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the mole. We almost took our leave without leaving a token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
This reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy 13 Part 3.
Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Yep, I made it past the main gates, and now we're all the way. Welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No, not even a single tear. Move right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head through the joyous hall. The Purview of Imagination is the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk of the side of the roads. Much like the hopefuls in the gate, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If however you enjoy basking in the envoy of your fellow man, by all means take your time, but why waste another moments? Go, enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. There are even more people outside the gate? Or like inside the gate? What? The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we had better show ourselves willing for the time being. How are there more people, like, not actually allowed in the city past the gate? What? That makes no sense. Ooh. Here's where it gets fancy. Welcome to Yulmore, fortunate friends. May I have your names? I'm Afino, an artist, and this is Broford, my assistant. Oh yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forgo the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulmore are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with the favor of Lords Vothri, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You'll be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity of which you were chosen, in your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general laborer. I see. Might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. Chinese and Dule Chai. What? A mystical couple whom refers to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All's in order. These are your registrations documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmoran citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. I have it here. Alpha artist, Broford's art assistant to employ to the service of Lord Chinese and Lady Dule Chi. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it's best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before. Oh dear. You smell hideous. Did you crawl here through the ditch? It's only an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beasts. Proceed directly to the distillery next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whatever showers are free. After you've rinsed away the stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Ordering the guard by the stairs will give you directions. I hadn't realized you were so dramatic. I acquired something. Or am I about to acquire something? Anyway, scrub yourself clean in the distillery. Yeah, over here. Okay. Scrub yourself clean in the steam of the shower. I look no different. They didn't even clean my clothes. Why? Okay. Do I have this? Is it one of the... Oh, use. Okay. As directed, the distinct smell of roses fills the air. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is it not? That is to say, it seems rather exposed for one's absolutes, does it not? What would Estinian say? God, you'll mention nothing of this, swear to me. Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smell of the roads have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons then? You present yourself to the Chais, are you? And explain how the city is laid out, then imagine 3 layers on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Oh god. Above us is the understory, where the military has its headquarters, and above that you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Humor spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs. Then look for the Grand Dame's parlor. They'll be in there, like it is not. Keep going till you run out of stairs. Oh god. Keep going. Keep going. All the way up. Up I go. Made it. Okay, where the fuck am I going? Hey, is this Going to the message engraved in the basis. Special mission is required to use this etherite. I can't even use it yet. Bunch of bitches. Okay, let's go find these people. Who are you? Are you the Chai?
then.
Now I've seen everything.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me! What an adorable boy! That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he will paint us the most delightful pictures.
yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis he who best understands my work. With his unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than him being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city he has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for his priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on his behalf.
Ooh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have his wish. He shall be free to roam to his heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
This is weird. Alright. And yes. Let's see. Let's see. Or I think I'm gonna call it there for today. As we finally enter the city, I think I will save the exploration of Yulmore, is what I'll probably call the next episode, for next week. Thank you all for watching. So far, this story has been pretty sad, also now weird. This is the most interesting thing I've seen all day, honestly. But it also makes perfect sense that when you're here, you either look really hot or you look really rich. And with that, I will be signing off. See you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. I'll be doing another Persona, and good night.